Okay, guys, hi. We have started this before, but we're restarting the video.
Yeah, we got interrupted. Sorry.
Right,
Guys.
sorry, guys.
Okay. So we're gonna bring Tasha back on?
Yeah, we're gonna wait for her to come back on.
Ooh, this is so dope.
So this is a video on sex, love, and dating while being plus size.
Yes.
Yeah, and we have like a plethora of topics to talk about. We have a special guest. There's a lot to say. Tasha, she's gonna come on soon.
Tasha, girl, where you at?
She's gonna come on soon. Yeah. Okay, here she is. Sorry, Tasha, girl. A mess. Like. Okay, I'm waiting for her to request the thing. So she's gonna take the reins on the on this video. Yeah, a lot of insight. Ready? Sorry, Tasha, girl.
It's okay, girl. Yo, we see the Instagram lives with the celebrities, how there's always technical difficulties. I don't think Instagram is ready for it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Wait, how do I turn off my notifications? Like. Okay, here we go. All right, go ahead, sis. Okay, so we're gonna start over just for the video.
Okay.
Plus sex and dating. Sorry, dating, sex, and
Sex, love, and dating while being a plus size.
Okay, right.
Yes.
Okay, go. Okay, we're gonna start over. Go ahead.
Yes. So, I think like before we could even talk about like our own experiences or whatever, I think, the way that plus size girls are viewed in society, that's super important. And I think we have to like think about that too. I personally feel like, in society, plus size girls aren't necessarily all accepted. It's only different types of plus size girls. So
Right.
like the example of like someone like Jordan Woods versus Lizzo. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So Jordan Woods have more of a skinny girl features. Some skinny, meaning that she has a flat stomach. She ain't got no back fat, nothing like that.
Right.
And she has like those curves and the big butt, which, everybody likes and stuff like that. While Lizzo, she doesn't necessarily have a flat stomach and stuff.
Full figure.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. She's more full figure. And also she has a bigger personality.
Right.
Because if you are a plus size girl, they expect you to be more reserved and quieter, kind of like Jordan. While Lizzo, she has a bright personality. She has an amazing presence, and she has like strong views, and she sticks to those views and a strong personality. And some guys are just like, oh, that's too much. She's big and she got a big personality. I can't handle that.
Right. As if to say like you're already too big. Like we don't take any more from you.
Like,
Exactly.
You existing is already loud. Right.
Exactly. And I think that's hard going into the dating world and having people just focus on that, especially seeing the way Black, dark skin or light skin plus size girls are seen in the media, like in television and films. We're always seen as the chubby girl chasing the skinny boys, or chasing all types of different men, or the super aggressive girl who will fight everybody's battles. Like they make it seem like they're so strong. And I'm just like, I'm not fighting your battles. Like if you start something, you better finish it. We're always playing the mom in the group, the one that's taking care of everybody. We're never seen, or the one that's super like you said before with Insecure Kelly. Like Kelly is seen as like this like hyper sexual, but we don't see no romance. We don't see no guy, whipping her off of what do they say? Whipping off of taking. What do they say?
Taking her off her feet. Whatever.
Yeah, sweeping. It's sweeping. Sweeping her off her feet. Like, you know what I mean? I want to see some romance with Kelly. She's a beautiful girl, but they don't show that.
I want to see her pursued. Facts.
Yes. And without it being a joke, because there was a big guy in Insecure that Issa was messing with, the guy from.
I like that. I really.
Yeah, I love that.
But then they made him like the person,
being
like,
annoying.
He
Yes,
wasn't
exactly,
like what? Like
exactly,
he couldn't be a professional big man who came on, like he had to be the joke. Like,
Yep.
you
exactly,
really fucking this guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
okay, and right.
exactly.
That's funny, yeah.
It's totally unfair. So a lot of these dudes, when they go on these dating apps, maybe, or they actually are actively out there looking for a girl, maybe at a bar, maybe at whatever, they're just like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to go for that plus size girl because I'm not sure. I
Right.
had somebody in college tell me he was an ain't shit ass dude though. He was nothing, but he was like, I don't know if I want to date a plus size girl because, they don't need to be two men in the relationship. I'm like, what?
He said they don't need to be too what? Masculine?
Two men in the relationship.
Wow.
I was like, it's like he was just basically saying, oh yeah, plus size girls be a little too aggressive for me. I'm like, who are you meeting? Right? Because I never met like what?
Crazy.
Right. Fact.
I mean, granted, ain't nobody wanted this boy, whether they were skinny plus ain't nobody wanted him. He was lame. But like the fact that he said that, I was like,
Fact.
what?
Like,
Y'all, they be thinking crazy things about us. I've been told. I remember one time somebody said that they don't see me.
sorry, the comments.
Sure.
So she said, "Who's the man?" A guy in college that she spoke to.
Yeah, it was some guy in my college.
Right. Oh yeah.
I went to Pace University, y'all.
Lil Relly? Yes. Of Lil Rel, right. Sorry, yes. Facts. We're trying to treat her right. Period.
On God.
Yeah. Molly.
Oh. Lil Rel? Wait. He was a big dude? You can't remember. What was Lil
Wait,
Rel?
who? Laurel?
Yeah.
Oh, Lil Rel. That was Molly. I think Molly slept with him. They used to work together. I think he was like season 3, season 2, and then he moved to Chicago. Lil Rel was on Insecure. And
Right. Okay.
he's a big dude. He's a big dude. And he was a professional man and stuff like that. He was. But he didn't stick around for long, though. So even if there is a big dude and he has a great presence, he spends 2 minutes.
Right.
He has 2 minutes on there. That's it.
Right. It's really unfortunate. Like, I understand representation and they're trying and whatnot, but it's not enough. Okay.
Agreed.
Really not enough. Like,
Agreed. It's not enough.
So yeah, like I'm just everything that you've been saying, I agree with. Like being the mom of the group. Yeah, I can attest to that. For me, I thought personally it was like my personality. I'm very like
You loud.
not even loud. It's like I'm a very like person. I am loud, but like it's not like it's like it's like for me it's like I thought it was like more the way I dress. I do use a lot of scarves and like we have mad bags and you know what I'm saying. So I thought it was the way I was, you know what I mean, like or the way I'm with my friend. I talk a certain way, like, Southern like old mom type of like auntie type of situation. So I never thought of it like until you mentioned it. It was like being the mom of the group. Like I never thought of it like me if I was smaller would I still be the mom of the group even the way I was like the way I am. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like until you mentioned like okay that's a good point. Cause I was like I didn't know other plus size women went through that. Until you mentioned it I was like okay yeah wow. So girl yes good points. Yes, do you want to talk about, a lot of people were saying, fetishes, like, fetishizing, like,
Being
plus size, right.
Yes. I do think that plus size girls are, like, there's this hyper, like, they're very, and a lot of times violently sexualized. And I see that also mainly with, like, older men. They definitely sexualize the shit out of plus size girls.
Yes!
And I don't like that. Like, I remember I was like 19 or something and I was on the bus and I remember I was on a bus and there was a seat, right? And it was in the middle of two people. It was one man, the older, like he looked like he was in his 50s, and then some like a slim thick girl. Now I'm looking at the seat. I do want to sit down because the sister's tired, but I was just like, I don't know if I'm gonna fit. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not gonna try to fit. If I can't mentally feel like I can fit there, I'm not gonna try. So the guy was like, no, you can sit. Oh, you can sit. And I'm just like, no, I'm not really sure. He goes, no, sit down. And the bus is swerving, and I feel like I'm about to bust my ass. I'm like, let me sit down before I do bust my ass.
Right.
I take a seat, and I realize, okay, I fit fine. Okay, before I didn't think I was gonna fit, but I fit fine, right? And he was just like, oh yeah. He sat mad loud on the bus, y'all. He was just like, oh yeah, don't be insecure about the way you look. I like girls thick like you. Mad loud on the bus. Like, oh yeah, you could fit here. And I'm just like,
That embarrassing.
I was mortified. I was like, dude, like, shut up. I was like, okay, yeah. But,
God.
he just made it like this big thing, like this whole, like, yeah, I like them big like this. I like them thick like that. I'm just like,
Right.
dude, you
And
didn't have to say
old-ass
anything to me.
man. Shut the
A
fuck
grown
up,
ass
man.
man. And I was like 19. So I was just like, what the fuck? So it's just, but I mean, you have someone, I think there has to be a difference between, men, like gross men sexualizing plus size girls. And there's a difference between that and plus size girl owning their own body and their own sexuality and celebrating and honoring that. And I'm going to use Lizzo as an example because I think she's a perfect example for plus size girls out there. Some people may agree with what she does or don't, but like she's the person that owns her own body and celebrates her own sexuality, and she's not afraid.
Yeah.
And I remember Azealia Banks, who's always talking shit about everybody. She said something,
Always. Sis mouth always every
always
fucking
saying
where.
something.
Little kids, she has no filter for anybody. Little kids, grown women, old ass men. Bitch, be quiet.
She be bugging. She a little off. But
A
I
little,
remember her,
yeah.
yeah, she went in on Lizzo because of how Lizzo, is. And she didn't say it, but she kind of hinted about like, oh, she basically is like a Sarah Bartman for like white people. And
Oh, no.
and I was just like, well, first of all, let's facts.
Call her
Most of Lizzo's
no.
fans are black. She's most of her fans are predominantly black. They're not white. So I don't know what the hell, she was talking about. But I'm just like, what people need to understand is the history of black women and their bodies. Okay. So Sarah Bartman, she was humiliated, she was abused, she was sexualized, and she was a plus size black woman, and she didn't own her own body because back in the day, black women couldn't own their own bodies. Especially plus size women were treated, especially on the plantation. They were just there. They were basically when white women needed their babies to get breast milk. That's what they
Yeah.
were only used. So by the time that plus size woman was like 42, her body was worn out by just being out here nursing white people's kids. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We didn't own our own bodies. So when you see a plus size girl owning her own body, her own sexuality, and who she is, and celebrating that, it should always be honored. Like everybody should be applauded
Yes.
because we didn't
Yes.
own our own bodies. So I don't care if you're skinny, slim, thick, plus size, bigger than plus size. I don't care. If you own your own body, it should always be celebrated and honored. So I don't
Yes.
quite understand how anybody could call her a Sarah Bartman or I'm just like, what? It don't even equate.
Right.
But like I said, there's a lot of ignorance when it comes to the idea of plus size girls just winning. There's a lot. People don't want it to happen.
That's true.
I don't know why.
I'm gonna piggyback off what you said about being a plus size. So yesterday, I'm not too sure if a lot of people saw the outfit that I had on, but I had on a whole bunch of top dress and
Yes.
I believe a little cape, and I was on a train. Do you know how crazy I felt with the men staring at me, grown ass men, grandpas staring at me? I felt so insecure. Like I was texting my friend like, I don't know if it's what I got on or if it's the hair or I don't know what it is, but they were staring like if they can undress me with their eyes, that's what they would be doing. That's exactly what they be doing. And it got me so aggravated. I'm like, yo, I'm never wearing this outfit again. Never wearing this outfit again. because I felt so insecure in that moment because there were so many people staring. Not so many people, it was so many men staring. Like,
Yeah.
either you're gonna take it off, and the dress wasn't even that short. I don't know what. I wasn't even really remember, just my legs. And the men just staring, staring. I felt so bad. I went home and I just wanted to cry. I felt so bad.
And that
Yeah.
shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen. It's like, can you just look at a woman and be like, oh, she looks really nice, she looks beautiful, and that's it? It's always oh yeah, she a big girl, she's they already have fantasies going on in their heads. And I'm like,
Exactly.
dude, and that's, yo, men are just gross. Like, on some real shit, men are just disgusting. I don't
Yeah.
understand the dirtiness like that goes on in their head every day. Like,
Yeah.
how can you be like this every day? Like, you have to take a break, but they don't.
Yeah.
But
They
that's how I
definitely
also
don't.
feel when if I was to wear something, like, I have a lot of, like, I have a few dresses that I bought from Fashion Nova that, a little sexy,
Hey,
and
yeah.
sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm going to wear this. I can't wait to wear it. And as soon as I go outside, I'm like, why I wear it,
Yeah. Oh,
and it has nothing to do. I think I look great in it, but it's just the men.
Yeah.
It's the men. And you're just like, oh, you just feel so icky. And it's hard, man.
I
It's
would
very
say,
difficult.
yeah, like, I would say like that's like what started my Uber addiction. Like you know what I mean? Like going out from wearing something that's showing a bit too much, or me always wearing a jacket. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could be part insecurities and part like a little too much. Like me and a thin girl could be wearing the same thing, and because it's a little bit more meat, all of a sudden it's like oh. She looked out of line. She looked like whatever. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
had the same shit covered because I'm a little thick. I got a little I'm a little more. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
just like that plays a big part. When I go outside, I'm wearing a jacket. It doesn't matter how hot I am. I'm sweating down the fucking storm. I'm wearing that jacket. I'm wearing a long jacket over my butt because like I'm not trying to have. I remember going to the train station one time. And I was with my friend Allison, and this man just came up to me, felt comfortable enough to like squeeze my butt. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What?
I remember you told me
yeah,
that.
put his hands on me, and I'm just like, yo, and I was like so shook, like I didn't know what the fuck to say. I was just like, are you like, what the fuck is good with you? And of course, she was quick to like say something. She was like, bro, what the fuck is your problem? With me, I was so much in shock.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, why the fuck do you think it was okay for you to put your hands on something you don't on my butt? Like, are you fucking crazy? Are you insane? So yeah, like that to me was like something I was just like, bro. After that, Uber. Like I understand, like wasting money. Like people always talk to me about that, but that's like a big. I just cannot. I don't feel safe walking outside. I don't feel comfortable with passing men and them like staring at me for too long. But yeah, can we talk about being big as a child and how grown men would sexualize you because of your body? Because that shit fucked me up. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had a birthday party when I was 10. Well, it wasn't necessarily my birthday party, but you know when your family say that they're gonna have a birthday party for you, but then they invite all the adults and you don't have kids there. You're just like, this is not mine, But I invited a friend, and she was like 10. We were all 10. I was thinking about, we were in 5th grade, so we were 10. And she wasn't. I don't know. I don't know if we could say she was big. I think that other skinny girls would make it seem like she was big, but she was just developed. So she had bigger boobs and a bigger butt at 10, So
Right.
so 10 years old, people will think that, oh, she's just a big girl. But in reality, when now seeing her grown, she's just thick. Like, she's not, I don't know how to characterize her, but all I know is that at that party, as being a 10-year-old girl, there was definitely men looking at her like they were like 18, 21, 19, looking at her. I remember one dude tried to talk to her, and I was like, it's time for you to go home. Yeah, we were 10. We were 10.
Whoa.
We were 10. We had to be 10. Cause I'm like, that was 5th grade. Cause I'm thinking about the year, and I'm like, that was like 2005, 2006. So we were like 10, 11.
Yeah, in 5th grade, 6th grade, I looked big. Like I was like, you know, I wasn't as big as, like, obviously, I always, like, but I was, like, I had a big butt. Like, I was a thick girl. So people would talk to me, like, now thinking about that, 6'6", 5th grade, I was
Yeah.
pretty mature looking for my age, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was, you know, more developed and stuff like that. I had a big butt, had big boobs, had everything. You know what I mean? So me walking in the street and having men talk to me, I would literally always make sure I said, yo, I'm literally like 10 fucking years old. Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's sad that, but we have to, like, raise our girls who tend to be, like, you know, on the thicker side, or who will be sexual with a grown man, and let them know, like, you know, we're gonna have to teach them, like, yo, don't let nobody talk to you no type of way, like, at all. Like, I don't think he's cute or whatever. Like, shut it down. You know what I'm
Shut it
saying?
down.
Prison, okay? I'm prison bait, period.
Exactly.
Okay? And it's really sad that you have to say that at 10 years old, bro. Like, you can't, like, I'm oh, wow. I had a grown man grab me when I was 11. Oh, wow. You be in
Wow.
uniform. You see, five.
Yes,
You
you
see my
do be in
uniform.
uniform. Yes. Yes. And I see why I have 4 older sisters. I see why they were so super protective of me.
Right.
Like growing up, my like I have 4 older sisters. They were super protective of me because they were just like not playing that. This is why I remember anytime anybody even glanced at me, my sister would literally bark at like men, like, don't look at her, you know, and like,
My sister
Tasha,
did the same.
stay against the wall. And she was so protective because she was just she knew, because you know, all of us, like, I come from a family of thick plus size girls, especially girls with big boobs and like big butts. Like, that's what we come from. And so I already know my sisters was probably sexualized young. And so we have to constantly like protect each other. And me being the youngest, they were not playing. And it's just, I just realized that it's always in our community, I don't know what it is, but it's like, it's always men being the aggressor and just doing dumb shit, and women having to protect each other. Like,
Yes.
what is that?
Yeah.
It's just, I can't. Like, it's trash.
This is why the conversations of, like, you know, yeah, okay, it may be a problematic for some people, but it's a real ass issue. Like, black men just simply have to do better. Like, check your peers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, when these things happen, other men, like, you can speak up too. You can say something. And, like, you know, so there were times where, thankfully, I've had other men stick up for me and be like, yo, you don't think she's a little girl? If they can see that, then you can fucking see I'm a little girl.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
You definitely was a little girl. Exactly.
Right. And sometimes
and young you are.
Exactly. And sometimes, you know, you feel like being small, you feel like, you know, you kind of like, you know, cower in a sense. Like, you don't want to say too much. You scared of what this man is going to do. Like, all this extra stuff. Like, just leave people's children alone. Like,
Yeah.
on a broader topic, like, if you see a girl walking home at 1 a.m. or whatever, like I said before, like, don't talk to her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's late, okay? Your men are literally like, that's y'all prime time. It's lurking, right? It's harassing people's kids. So naturally, I'm gonna fucking like, if I say I don't want to talk to you, that means I don't feel comfortable. What makes you think that when I say that, it means anything else but I don't feel comfortable? Like,
exactly.
oh my, you so thick. Can I stop talking to me? I remember this skinny ass short man came up to me in the train station, and I'm very like, I get like anxiety. Okay, like I don't like people coming like too close to me, strangers like talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he came up to me. He was just like mad short. You know, like, yo, you got Facebook? And the way he was talking, like I was his nigga. Like, who you? No, I don't have Facebook. Not for you. Like, he goes,
right.
Why are you being like this? Da da da. Getting mad aggressive because I said no. Like, I said no. He goes, "Who you mad? Think you my type? Da 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 da." So you because I'm your type, I gotta come accept. Who said you my type?
Right.
Who said you're my type?
Exactly.
Get the fuck away from me, bro. Like, that is such a weird thing. Like, you think because I think I have to accept whatever I get, that's not gonna happen.
Yes.
That's not gonna happen.
Yes.
Okay?
That's exactly what they think. They're
Exactly.
like, oh, well, you're a thick girl.
Yes.
And it's just like, that's very disrespectful. That is very disrespectful. And Look, I'm very clear with this. You know, like I know in New York State they said something that it's against the law to have pepper spray, but
Got it.
Got it.
Got it.
Yes. Listen, you're not understanding the first time, so obviously you're not listening to reason.
Yeah.
You don't hear reason. So you know
exactly.
what? I'm assume on your level, and I'm gonna spray your bitch ass. Get the fuck away from me, bro. Like you're not understanding, right?
Exactly. Oh, no.
Exactly. How dare you? Like, oh, I can't.
Yes, and moving on to the dating aspect, like I'm
Ooh, child.
constantly, I've had men tell me, "Oh, I didn't expect you to be this way," or I'm delightfully surprised the way. What the fuck do you mean? And
Right?
I'm very outspoken. I'm gonna talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, what do you mean, Matt Calm? Like, how did you want me to be insecure? I always be like, I'm a bad bitch. Cause I am.
Yes, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you
Like,
are.
I understand. Like, what else do you want? How else do you want me to? You think because you cute? I don't think I'm cute.
Right?
You 6'4", you tall, you dark skin.
Yes.
You see me?
Yes.
Do you see me?
Yes.
Do you see me? Are you?
Yes,
Are you
sis.
down?
Yes.
Are you down?
Yes. Period. Period.
That's facts.
Oh, you know, I'm happy. Like, you know, a lot of girls are insecure about their body. Are you sure? Or did you put her in a situation where she felt uncomfortable to be confident?
Exactly.
That's true.
We have a lot of confident plus size women,
Exactly.
y'all stay making the situation uncomfortable, and we feel like we can't speak up because you constantly want to bring it up. Oh, you know, you thick, da da da, you pretty, da da da, and you don't have to constantly shower me with compliments either.
Me too. Yeah, I agree.
Yes,
Like you
I
have to
hate
be
that.
like, yes, thunder thighs. Yes. Like I don't even know. Like
Yes,
that bitch. I fucking know I'm dead. Okay.
it's just like
And see that I see myself in the mirror every single day. Okay. I see that you don't have to, you know, call out adjectives that lets me know that I'm a big person. Bitch, I fucking know. Okay. Yes, I'm big. What else you got for me? Okay.
exactly.
Like,
It's inappropriate. It's just like if a white guy is dating a black girl and he keeps saying, "Oh yes, chocolate queen." It's like, okay. It's like you're doing a lot. Yeah. It's like I know I'm black. Let it
exactly.
go.
Let
You
it
know?
go.
It's just like I know I'm thick. Let it go. Like, you know, like it's too
You want
much.
to start calling people out for their characteristics? Oh, thick thighs, yes, small dick. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't understand this. Like,
It
if
is
you want to do that,
hilarious.
let's do it.
Let's
Like,
do it, exactly.
I don't understand why people constantly telling you to do this. Like, I don't
You
understand
know.
it. I'm just like, bro, like, honestly, like, and because like I've come from, I would say like, okay, I was being friends with Destiny, right? I would say that like I was telling you that kind of like took me to a place, seeing Destiny like in her, you know, in her wholeness. Like I was telling you that like, bro, like when I see Destiny, like I don't see anybody. Normally don't like, you know, see side, but like with Destiny for sure, it's like she's a beautiful girl, like, to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
it. Like, the way she carries herself is like she never really talks about her being big or her being da da da. It's always like, oh, my hair, you know, or like, you know, my eyelashes look crazy, you know what I'm saying? But when Destiny go out, the girl goes out and she's like, listen, I can get any single one of you because I know I'm that bitch. And what hanging out with her made me more confident about myself. I don't have plus size friends, you know what I'm saying? All of my friends are a lot smaller than me.
Me too.
And Destiny was really the first, you know, plus size, you know, person that like kind of like helped me like be like comfortable with myself. Like she helped me a lot. Like by not even like doing much. Like she just being her. Like I was like, okay, I want to be on that vibe. So I was
Yeah.
like, shit, I could be on that vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
Yes, you can.
right, I'll look at myself, I'm like, oh man, like, you know, I look so good. I wonder if anyone would see that. And then, you know, after a while, I was like, who the fuck cares if anyone else sees it?
That's facts, yeah.
Who cares? I know I look good.
You've seen it.
I'm plus size. I've seen it. I'm plus size. I look good. Okay, whatever. Moving on. And like that's how like I wish, like, you know, I know there are, you know, plus size women who are not there yet. So we're going on a topic about some people were saying that talking about like when you have conversation with plus size friends, like, or like people who want to be where we are in our, within our confidence, like, you know, maybe like they're like, oh, I still don't feel comfortable, like, you know, doing little things like wearing, you know,
tops, like
t-shirts or
like,
crop tops, or not. I don't feel comfortable with my arms out. That was a big thing for me. I did not feel comfortable with my arms out. Like, a lot of people would say, why are you wearing a jacket? My arms would not. It was that. My butt was so big. My butt is big. You know what I'm saying? Like, my arm was too big. I just didn't want to, like, have all that out. Or, like, me just, like, not thinking, like, well, not me, actually, but, like, people thinking that, oh, this man is too good looking for me. You know what I'm saying? So I want to, like, know, what's your, like, thoughts and views, like, on, like, how can you reach there? What do you have to, like, mentally, like, what can you do, like, to, like, help you reach a place of, like, you know, confidence where we are right now? Like,
Yeah, I personally feel like, I guess I have to think about my journey. I think that, like, for me, I just always been like, because I'm not gonna lie, when I was like super young, I was always about like having people see me. And once I realized that people weren't seeing my own greatness, then I was just like, well, Tasha, just focus on seeing your own greatness. And I think that's where you have to be mentally. I think you just have to just not focus on other people. Like, I had to really think about, I used to be a little insecure about, like, especially like my belly, because my belly's not flat. So I'm just like, damn, right? But I used to like for example, like going to the beach with like my friends or with my family, I would always have like an outfit that kind of like a skirt or something or something that wraps my stomach so people don't really see my stomach and stuff like that. And then I remember one time I was at a beach and I was like what, maybe like 12 or something, and my sister was just like, yo, take that thing off, it's hot. And I was just like, no, but you didn't do belly. And my sister's like, it don't freaking matter. Like, girl, you 12 years old. Ain't nobody care. Like, it's hot outside. Nobody cares, you know? And I think there's many things that people can do, right? For one, you have to accept yourself how you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that sounds super cliche, but you can't be out here wanting 50,000 different things, wishing that I look like this, I look like that. Yo, this is what I did since I was a kid, and this is why I've always been comfortable with myself and speaking in front of people. I used to live in front of the mirror. Where's Tasha? Oh, she's in front of the mirror again. I used to live in front of the mirror. I used to wear different clothes. I used to be in front of the mirror butt naked.
yeah.
Like, just since I was a kid, just, you know, exploring myself. Oh, look at my eyes, look at my nose. Look at my belly button, look at my thighs, look at my butt, look at my arms. You know what I'm saying? And I continuously did that. You have to learn how to be comfortable with yourself. I know people who haven't seen the back of their own thighs and the back of their own legs. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they don't even know what that looked like. You know, you have to be comfortable with yourself. You have to know what you look like and accept that, you know?
Yeah.
And I think the second thing is just like, I know sometimes we could be, as like plus size girls, we could be very insecure about, like what you said, your arms. That used to be a little insecurity for me too, but for me, it's just always been like my stomach. Like, you guys just have to not give a fuck. Like, people, I know there's also an aspect that people do stare, but there's also an aspect that people don't care. You know what I mean? Like, there's been so many times that somebody was like, oh, did you see that girl with a big butt? I was like, I didn't see nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times people aren't really paying attention. It's just our own insecurities. And I think that for me, I mean, anytime anybody walk in confidence, I don't see any imperfection.
That's so true.
I don't see any imperfection. Somebody could be like, oh, did you see her wig? I'm like, what wig? She was so confident. What wig? What wig? Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, did you see her eyebrows? What eyebrows? I just saw her in her confidence.
That walk will make anything change.
Exactly.
Once you walk with confidence, That's all you need. You feel good about yourself, fuck it. Fuck the rest.
Girl, exactly. Girl, if you feel so, I have people feel so good about themselves, walking confidence. I be checking my own self. I'm like, yo, I should be more confident. Check myself. Get yourself together, like, you know. So, like, you gotta. I feel like you just gotta go for it. You gotta not. I feel like there's always, everybody always has their days, but for the most part, like, if you're just confident in yourself and you're just like, yo, fuck it, like, I don't care, this is my body, this is who I am, I'm gonna walk in it, I'm gonna celebrate it. You don't like it, get the fuck out of my face, you ain't for me. You know what I mean? Like, you're confident within yourself, and look how many people around you who accept you for who you are and who appreciate you, value you. That's all you freaking need. If, like, I always say, like certain, because people always tell me, like, oh, you know, Tasha, you have such a big personality, and I'm a plus size girl, you know, do guys feel some type of way, whatever. Let me tell you something. If I'm dating a dude and he can't handle all this, then he can't handle all this. He can't hang, and he ain't for me.
Period. Like, you saw what I
He ain't for me.
You saw what I
He ain't for me. Tasha ain't lonely, girl. That's my business. Exactly.
That's your business.
You can't hang, you can't hang. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Like, so I just feel like, and especially in terms of like dudes, like, there are dudes out there who don't give a damn. They don't care about any plus size in between. They don't care. You know, they're just trying to vibe with somebody.
Yes.
Find those people, because there's another thing that we do need to talk about, though. I do feel like some, and it's not just plus size girls, I feel like it's anybody. People like to chase people that they can't get, that don't want them. Look, if homeboy don't want you, leave him alone. Because there is somebody out there who do.
One more time.
Yeah, let me tell you what if there's somebody out there who don't want you, okay, leave him alone. Because there is somebody else who do want you.
Want your ass, your plus size.
Exactly, because I've had friends. Most of my closest friends are skinny, but I do have one really close friend. She's from PA and she's plus size, just like me. And you know, we don't really. For some reason, we never really discuss our experiences as plus size girl in depth, but we've always been here, right? And we had this one conversation one time, and this exact thing, like, stop going after dudes that don't appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You know, go for the ones that do. And there's a lot of them out there. It's just that I feel like a lot of girls just be stuck in their little small little set, like, oh, but you know, I really like these guys. And it's just like, no. Explore. Explore. I've seen a lot of beautiful plus size women married to, in a relationship with amazing men.
Yes.
They got that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they explored, they took themselves out of that little box that they was, and just like learn to be more confident and stop making like your weight like something like a burden. It's not a burden.
It's not.
It's not a burden. Plus size women have been here since the beginning of time.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing new.
Exactly. Let's talk about it. Like, come on.
Like, this ain't, oh, this just happened in the 90s. No, it's been here.
Right.
It's been here.
That's true.
You know, so.
Do you see most of the European art? Them bitches is big.
They're big. And girl, look at Marilyn Monroe. Granted, people make it seem like she was a skinny girl, but she had rolls. She had rolls on her. She had some rolled back fat. Her stomach was not that flat. So I'm just like, okay, well, even women who appear skinny ain't really skinny. People still saw them as like a sex symbol, as a, you know what I'm saying? Like, wear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, be that. I don't understand the whole, I mean, I understand the insecurities come from society, but you can't let society, you know, dictate shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just like how society, look how they view black people. Is that true? No. Definitely not. So I guess we gotta be that change. But for me, in my journey, I just like, and I'm very fortunate to have like for example, like one of my sisters, like my sister Manushka, like she really, like, shout out to her. she really like was made sure that like, girl, don't let anybody tell you nothing. You that bitch. You know, at such a young age.
Yeah.
Like imagine telling a 10-year-old,
That's
yeah, you
a
that
young
bitch.
man.
You know, and it's just like I took that. I was like, you know, I am that bitch. Yes, 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 ma'am. You know. So
Yes.
you have to you have to also find a set group of people who respect you and will lift you up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even though most of my friends are skinny, none of them have ever made me feel like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Never. They've always was just to be honest, if I ever felt like different from them because I'm plus size, it wasn't them. It was like somebody outside of our friendship, you know what I mean? Outside of our circle that, you know, made an ignorant comment and then now it's weird or whatever or whatever. But it's never them saying something stupid or ignorant or trying to make me feel like, oh, because you plus size you can't do that or you can't be that, you know?
Yeah, I'm always that person, like telling myself, like, oh, like I feel like, yeah, it's like Jam Lou would tell me, like, you know, like I would, like Cornell, like my best friends would be like, yo, like, well, all of them actually, they would tell me like, oh, I feel like I would always restrict myself for a lot of things. Like, yeah, I can't do that. I'm too big. You know what I'm saying? And like, first of all, it's like everyone like has different responses. Quinn thinks I can do everything. Like my baby one, she thinks like, what are you talking about? Like, so she didn't even think about that. You know what I'm saying? She didn't be looking at me like, what do you? I don't. She let me be, like, period. Let me be, like, be. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you're beautiful just the way you are. All right? And Jem Lou be coming for me. She be, are you dumb? Jem Lou's like, are you actually dumb? Like, what are you talking about? Like, so yeah, like, but it's like something always in my head, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh nah, I'm too big for that. Like, this whole thing, like, people are staring at me, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, because I didn't have a name for like this, like, I'm always talking about it now because it's actually a really big part of my life. But I talk about my anxiety, right? Me personally, I thought anxiety was just something people were like making themselves like do, like make themselves anxious actively, like, oh, just using people use that word all the time.
Yeah.
So like when I started having like panic attacks and stuff like that, I realized that like you don't really have to do much to have like the anxiety is like you're constant overthinking. Anxiety is like it comes in so many different forms. And like I was talking to a therapist, he was like, yeah, you probably had anxiety for a very long time. So those little things like this, I think of drastic scenarios. Like, hey, when I remember one time when we were going like not bunny jumping, but like the thing at Coney Island, maybe it's bunny jumping, I don't know, and some ride. And I remember saying like when the thing comes down, I feel like this is gonna pop and I'm gonna die. That's genuinely how I feel. That's what my mind goes. I know it's drastic. That's what my mind goes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like, yeah. So it's like always drastic things, especially around me being big. Like it's always like, okay, when or if I'm going on a water ride, like recently, like like in a recent time at the water park, I won't go in the tube because it's like people are gonna be staring at me struggling. Like, so I'm not gonna. I'll just go in the pool where everyone's doing their own thing and not watching me. I always felt the whole line gonna be knowing that it's me up there like trying to get to that tube and struggling. You know what I'm saying? But when like I finally gonna get in the I know it's bad. But that's how my mind thinks. Mine just like goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. So it's just like me been trying like recently just trying like actively like say, girl, this is what the fuck are you thinking right? Just stop. Stop that. You know what I mean? Like so like me like last year wouldn't join a jujitsu class. Like I'm thinking of all the men who are looking at that sloppy bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
I know it's just that's how
Oh God.
my mind is like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but now I'm just like, fuck it. Like I'm just like I'm like I just love myself as a whole. Now. Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, whatever. Like I'm gonna do it whatever the fuck I want to do.
Right.
It's in my capacity. So
There are ignorant people from time to time that will say some dumb shit. I remember when I was in college, we had this thing, we had like a fair, and what's that thing where you have to climb the wall, but they put something on you, like a string on you.
like rock climbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, rock climbing, yes, rock climbing, but they put you in this thing. why the dude who's conducting it was like, I want to do it. You already know where it's going. Why did you come up to me, right? And was like, oh, you know, he tried to be discreet, like, you know, so he was he tried to be like, he was like, oh, I just want to ask. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to embarrass you. And I already looking at him like, I already fucking know where you're going with this. He was like, how, I just want to ask, like, what's your weight? Just to make sure that and I'm like, he's stuttering, y'all. He's just like mad nervous. And I'm just looking at him like, if you don't want me to rock climb, then just let me know. He was like, I want you to rock climb. I just got to make sure, that. And I'm just like, but did you ask everybody else? Because, yeah, that girl may be smaller than me, but her big ass head, she may weigh the whole shit down. I don't see you going after her head size. And he was just like, no, I don't mean anything. I was like, shut the fuck up and go fucking carry that shit. Y'all, this shit could take me, nigga. So I was not about to sit here and tell him my weight. No, boy, like this shit could take me. Like, boy, bye. I climbed. I mean, I didn't climb all the way because I can't climb all the way. But I climbed halfway there and came right back down. I was like, oh, but it couldn't hold me, right? It couldn't hold me, right? He felt so bad. But I was just like, you ain't gonna be out here trying to play me. Like,
if you
brother, no. I was just like, ugh.
I went on a trip to Mexico, right? And
yeah.
They, the zip lining, they have a weight limit, right? And the weight limit, I was reading the brochure, and the weight limit was, I believe, 250 pounds.
Right.
Now, before this vacation, I knew that I gained a few pounds. So I was like, I don't know if I want to take this chance. And now I don't have a dangerous bone in my body. I don't want to, I'm afraid of heights. So I don't want to do it. So I already read the brochure. I was like, let me avoid me looking stupid, getting on this zip line, and I'll probably just fucking break the shit before I even try to do it. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Did anybody try to encourage you? Like,
yeah. Well, my best friends that I went with, they was like, come on, do it. I was like, nah, I'm good. And they plus size, they full figure plus size.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, I'm good. I already read the brochure. The brochure said 250 pounds. I know that I gained a few pounds. I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do it. I'm fine. Yeah. I was like,
but I'm like, they don't even build those types of things they could build things so that everybody could be able to zip line. Because honestly, the way things are built, especially if you see especially because I was on YouTube and I saw how they actually built those zip lines and stuff like that, it's totally possible to build it so that it can hold anybody. But I don't really understand why they don't. Maybe it's like cheaper to not, but I'm just like, honestly, I don't see how the cost is more. It seems to be the same. So I'm like, I don't quite understand. So little things like that, I'm like, y'all could make things better, but y'all don't. Right. And I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Y'all intentionally not including everybody.
Exactly.
If you gonna do business in that, you can fucking have but you just want to embarrass people.
Yeah.
Exactly. You just want to embarrass people. Like, make everybody feel included. You know what I'm saying?
She said, why the fuck were you even watching that?
Wait, watching what?
The video on YouTube.
Oh. Yeah, because it was, I don't know, like, you know how YouTube, like, they just show you random videos? And I think I clicked on it by accident. But I was like, oh, this is really interesting. Like, oh, this is how they make zip lines. Okay, cool. And it was showing you, like, the biggest zip lines in the world and stuff. I was like, all right, this is nice. But, so I now watching too, yeah. Exactly. It ain't weird, girl. It ain't weird.
No, whatever. To each
we trying to stay educated.
Exactly. Facts. That's true.
Knowledge is power.
That's true. Exactly.
Right.
So this girl at my job. Her name is Brittany. People
Yeah.
always confuse me and her. Like, she left like 2 years ago. So when I came, I took on her name. They were just like Brittany, Brittany,
Yeah.
because we're both dark skinned, thick, but we don't look no fucking thing alike. Everybody
Yeah.
called me Brittany, so I'm like, this I don't give a fuck. But anyway, the other day, she came to visit, and I talked to her for the first time along with her mom. And basically, she was explaining that she was over 300 pounds and how weight loss journey. And her mom was saying that she was telling her that, okay, so basically her friends, when she was trying to lose weight, her being unhealthy, and they saw that she was going through health issues. And they told, oh, you don't need to lose weight, you look fine. So, us as, like, us, it's our friends, so we're going to think that nothing of it, like, oh, they accept me as I am. Her mom said, watch those friends you have, because when you lose weight, watch them, like, how distant they get. And basically she was saying that the vibe that she got from them saying, oh, you don't have to lose more weight, is that when she does lose weight, they're afraid that she might surpass them. Like, she might be the one the guys go after. Or she might be the ones. And lo and behold, when she lost her weight, they fell out. And I was just like, that's crazy. And she was just talking on that. And I was just like, this is so insane. Like, the things you have to think about. Like, I'm just like, wow. Like, she lost weight and she started, like, getting, guys and stuff like that, different men, and they kind of just, like, got really distant with her. And they were just like, yeah.
That's crazy.
As a plus-size person, like, you would hope you have a good foundation around you. And when your friends compliment you, like, and say things like,
you hope that is genuine.
You hope that is genuine when they tell you look beautiful as you are. But if you see someone going through health issues, they have to lose weight, don't encourage them to stay the same way. That's a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you think they're trying to work hard to be a better version of themselves.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
I agree. And I think those are real friends. Exactly. Like, I know because I know for me and my sisters, like, we'll tell each other, like, oh, girl, you coronavirus, right? Quarantine, right? It got you, right? Like, we'll say some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you gaining weight. You still beautiful, girl, but you gaining weight. You know what I mean? And then like, oh, girl, yeah, let me lay off that. Let me lay off this. And then you go back to, you being, I guess, your normal size that you were before you gained weight. But I do think about that. I'm like, and I think about, like, are my friends are going to be, and thinking about the friends that I have, like, I really do think that they just wouldn't care. Like, they'll be like, oh, girl, you lost weight, you still look good, girl. Yeah. And it's good to have a foundation like that. You have to have that foundation. I feel so sorry for that girl that her friends did her like that. Well, they weren't her real friends.
That's what
but like, dang. But you really do hope that, people are, accepting of, like, they treat you the same. You know what I mean? Like, if in life, if I ever, lose weight, I don't want people to be like, oh, you look so beautiful. Like, you look even more, you look prettier than you did before. It's just like, no, if I'm pretty now, I was pretty then. Like, I'm a pretty bitch. Like, it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if weight loss has nothing to do with, like, how beautiful you are. Anybody could be beautiful, you know what I mean? No matter what skin tone, complexion, weight, it don't freaking matter. Like, if you're pretty, you're pretty. So whether I gain weight, lose weight, I'm still gonna be pretty. So it's just like, but people can be very ignorant. They like to think that, oh, the slimmer you are, the more, because, like, losing weight is always seen as something more positive than gaining weight. When people gain weight, they're like, oh my God, I gained weight. Ugh. But when people lose weight, they're like, I lost weight. So it's also that tone. So no one ever said, I don't know anybody who's like, man, I gained 10 pounds. Yes. Unless they're, like, super skinny and they wanted to be thicker or whatever. But, like, weight loss isn't seen, it's seen as something positive. So people always want to be like, oh, you look beautiful. And it's like, wasn't I always beautiful?
Yeah. Yeah, that's so valid. I'm just like, like I said, you can only hope. You know what I mean? Like, you can only
You
hope
could.
that someone would, like, you have friends, a good foundation. That's why I'm grateful for my foundation. I'm grateful for my
Yeah.
friends. You know what I mean? Like, I'm grateful that I have people who support me no matter what and all these things. So, it's just, like, it's hard to, like, have people, like, say, like, especially your mom, like, who sees that before you. You know, you want your mom to, like, you know, my friends, my mom, they have, you know, it's very cordial. Like, they talk to whatever. So if my mom would ever be like, watch that person, that would, like, you know, be like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be. So I was just like, that's really crazy. And she listened to her mom, thankfully, and she, like, you
Yeah.
know, kind of moved away from that negativity. And I was just like, good for you, sis.
Good
Honestly,
for
like,
you, sis. Yes.
it's so crazy, but like, um, yeah, um, you know.
I like what Jazzy said. Jazzy said that's why friends need to encourage confidence, not weight
Not
or
weight
weight
or
loss.
weight loss.
Exactly.
Facts.
Exactly. You know, if you have like I always have, especially my friends, we always encourage each other, like our beauty, our intelligence, our talents, like oh, we constantly just encourage each other and our confidence. We don't give a damn about like oh she's thicker, oh she's skinnier. Like, nobody cares about that in my group of friends. It's just like we're friends. We don't. I don't even think we necessarily even talk about size like that. You know, we all because we all have different sizes. Like I do have skinny friends, but like they all come in different shit. Like some are taller, some are shorter, some got bigger boobs, some don't. You know what I'm saying? Like we all come in different sizes, so we don't. We're just like, well, we're pretty ass bitches, anyways. We don't care, you know. So I encourage people who are plus size to make sure that you are absolutely surrounded by people who believe in you, who know that you're beautiful, that know that you're worthy, and that encourage you to be confident, whether you gain weight, lose weight, or you stay exactly the same. Um, well, so on, you know.
Period.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um.
You want to answer some questions?
Answer well. No. I think we covered a lot of topics. I feel like it's gonna cut off soon because I think it's an hour.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. So like I feel like dating. We didn't really touch much. We touched on it like dating and sex.
I didn't touch on sex.
Yeah.
We touched on dating. We didn't touch on love.
Oh, love, right. So,
Oh.
like, love and sex. So I feel like that could be a separate video.
Right? You think so?
No?
I mean, we're here. You got somewhere to go?
I mean, I never been in love before, so
Me
I feel like
neither!
so I don't know how that gonna exist. But I mean, I see the future, and it may be in my future. But I just, I don't know. Um, Also, I'm a black plus size girl, but I'm also confident to say that I'm a black plus size girl who's also a virgin. So I have not given myself yet to somebody else, and not for and not for religious reasons.
We got 2
More
minutes
of
remaining. Go ahead.
niggas ain't shit. So I'm not gonna be out here just giving it to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to make sure that it's a person
As
that
you
for me
shouldn't.
and who love me for me. And even if we
Yes.
don't end up getting married in the future or whatever like that, that's fine. It's just that I just want to make sure that I could tell my kids that my first time was with somebody who cared about me and was a good guy. And even though we didn't end up being forever, I don't regret it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, So,
This was powerful.
you know, so I mean, I don't,
Yes.
and there's a lot of layers, especially when it comes to me, of like, I mean, I don't really care about the whole, being plus size. Like, I'm just like, I'm a boss ass bitch, and if you can't handle it, you can't handle it. But I am a little like,
Period.
I don't care, right? But I also feel like the virgin part is a little weird, only because like, just people. I just feel like most adults, even though they act adult, always act immature. So they kind of make it seem like, oh, she's a virgin, so that means that she doesn't have her own. Like, don't get it twisted. I definitely have my own sexuality. I definitely love myself. I definitely like, you know what I mean? Like, have things in my head. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get it twisted. Like, I'm not just out here. I'm not a little kid. I think people like to make it seem like, oh, you're a virgin, so you're like, what, 9? No, I'm not mentally 9. I'm a grown-ass woman. Like, let's
Right.
make that clear. So, but I think for me, like I've always been fine with it, like, you know, but it's also just, you know, letting people know that you can't just smash and go. Like I have a system here, and my system says